What keeps you up at night? Regrets about the past and doubts about the future. Reddit. A 16-year-old is flirting my husband in front of me in a ridiculously desperate way, and I don't know if I should find it funny every time it happens, or if I should slap her, or what to do about that. It's awkward, annoying, makes him feel uncomfortable, but kinda funny too. The possibility that I'm gonna end up completely alone in this world. Knowing the sooner I fall asleep, the sooner I wake up and go to work in the morning. My wife likes to sleep in a hot room on a hard mattress, with light pouring through the window and a restless cat, and she snores. This is why we have 2 bedrooms. Every little, insignificant mistake I have ever made, specifically those from 5 years ago. Mind-blowing, rough, passionate sex. I am happy for them. I just wish my neighbors would fuck a bit earlier. That paper that determines whether I pass my class or not. That perfect comeback I could have used in an Argent several years ago. Has the cancer metastasized to my bones? Or is it just in my breast and lymph nodes? Is my kid gonna have a mom for long enough to grow up well? Will my husband be okay? How do I love them as well and as much as I can, while I'm fighting what very well could be metastatic cancer? I'm probably fucked. I have to take care of my people. The number of different ways there are to lock a bathroom stall door. It's baffling. I cannot wrap my mind around it. Some locks are a sliding bar. Others are a sliding pin. Others rotate like a wheel cut in half. Still others have just a latch, like a bent nail, that you put in a hole. Some you twist like a regular lock. And these are just a few of the broad categories. Each of the categories varies infinitely. For instance, does the latch just fit behind the stall wall to hold the door in place? Does it go into a special receiving groove? Sometimes it goes into the stall wall itself. It's never ending. Every time I think I've seen all possible ways to lock a stall door, and don't even get me started on porta potties, I happen upon another one when I visit some gas station. Who designs all of these? Why weren't they happy with the designs that already existed? Is it really that lucrative of a market that every engineer needs to get in on this racket? Exclamation mark. I don't know, man. But it keeps me up at night. Insomnia. My cat. Suffocating anxiety. PTSD. When I was 7 I was sexually abused by my aunt. When I was 16 and kicked out by my parents after a messy divorce, I witnessed a kid around my age die in a drive-by shooting on my way to work. I still see these things in my nightmares every night, and despite going to therapy briefly as well as rehab for my alcoholism, these things still kill me a little every day. So that's what keeps me up at night. Feels good to share it. My back hurts. My boyfriend and I are preparing to move to South Dakota soon. Our house sold, and we are preparing to move in with our friends until he gets a job in Sioux Falls. I'm up at night because I've lived here in Oregon my entire life, and I'm so excited about our future with his daughters there. Change is scary, but it's not brave if you're not scared. I want a life with him, and for the first time in my life, being awake is as good as being in my dreams. I'm living them with the love of my life. I wasted my cake day thinking about all the stickers in the world that are left unstuck. Visions of me beating the shit out of people that fuck with me. My next door neighbor has a really loud outflow for his sump pump. Heavy rains make it sound like a waterfall right outside my window as it drains out into a hand-dug channel to the sewers in the back of our property. Negative thoughts and anxiety. The thought of waking up. I have not dreamt in years. When I finally fall asleep, it is like everything shuts off. It is dark. It is quiet. It is peaceful. When I wake up, there is a feeling of disappointment, a longing to return to my IRE off mode. About every 4 hours I must get up and pee, then drink some water, then wait 4 hours and get up and pee. Depression mostly. I have been followed by 13 people on Reddit. I don't like being followed. I DK what they want, but I believe they are planning to steal my pineapples. The thought of losing my pineapples to those 13 people keeps me up all night. Edit, TF. I have 53 followers now. 53 people who wanna steal my pineapples. People are really mean. Stop following me. I don't wanna share my pineapples. You guys will never get my pineapples. Edit 2. 85 followers now. I regret talking about my pineapples on Reddit. I worked so hard to grow those pineapples, and you guys are trying to steal them. Those are my pineapples. It's only for me. It's mine. My precious. Stop following me, or I'll beat all of you with my pineapples. Thoughts? Crippling self-hatred. I'm a middle school teacher in a pretty rough part of town. Almost all of my students have very difficult home lives. I worry about them quite a bit, and I'm relieved to see them at school safe each day. Since 2019 started, I fuck up something at work almost daily. Lay in bed with anxiety on whether it will be bad, fixable, or who will yell at me. Not incompetent BTW, but I was stuffed into a field that's not my expertise at all and told to make it work due to low manning and barely any funding to make the job happen. Too much caffeine. Usually, as I have gotten older, if I have coffee much past 34 in the afternoon, I have an absolutely horrendous time getting to and staying asleep at night. The fact that restin virus exists. Seriously. Google it. It's Ebola. That is airborne. It just hasn't spilled over into humans. Yet. My nightmares. Crippling depression. I always make the mistake of opening up a new game of Civilization. The police didn't even bother to interview my rapist or do any evidence gathering, and then close the case. The cop said he couldn't articulate the crime, so he didn't interview the rapist when he got a lawyer. Shitty people that commit crimes are everywhere, but the police should help you when you go to them. It honestly is worse than the rape, and I wish I hadn't reported it and just handled it myself with some bleach and tarps. Fuck police. That some people may not be conscious, and we have no way of knowing. Like, if you think about it, the brain is just a biological computer, right? So some people could literally just be on autopilot. Like they have normal lives and families and jobs and stuff, but that's just their brain learning and reacting to the environment like an AI would, with no consciousness behind them like you and I. So basically, some people could just be AIs and some people are AIs that have become self-aware. And we have no way of knowing. Maybe this explains how some people seem selfish and have no emotion. FBI busts down door. Sometimes when I'm peacefully trying to sleep, I fall into somewhat of a slurbo, but then this random ass jumpscare out of my subconscious mind is like, you want to sleep? I don't care if you want to. Fuck you, so now I'm just going to scare the shit out of you. It also happens when I think of refrigerators with no meat in it. Also, sometimes I think of times I smoked weed and it gives me sleep paralysis. Reddit. My friends are making it over for me. I have a couple friends already into their professions. One doing what I want to do, and me not being there yet keeps me up late into the night. r/nolep. Me daydreaming and hoping tomorrow will get better. I feel numb and empty a lot lately, but at night I sort of fantasize a better future for myself where I feel free, confident and at peace. The fear that someone might break into my house, kidnap me and bury me alive, just for the fuck of it. Let's be real. Reddit is the main reason I go to sleep 3 hours later than I'd hoped. Worry about my kids and broken family relationships. My bed. It keeps me up quite well. The floor would be uncomfortable. School. I don't need to elaborate. The hospital bill from my rape kit. It was raining heavily, and I picked up the cutest little stray cat from the street, and I don't know whether I should keep it. My son's toxic addict mother is trying to manipulate her way back into his life. She has done this a few times and she always ends up hurting him. There's this old Queen Anne 5,000 square foot house that went up for sale a bit ago that didn't sell. It needed at minimum $100K in work, if not more. I'm an artistic, handy DIY with real experience on old homes, and even renovated one myself from the studs to finishing, wiring, gas, plumbing, etc. I can't get the house out of my head, and the blank slate opportunity to make that place a truly gorgeous house. I stay up envisioning what the end result would look like and how I would make that happen. I can't buy it because I have another complete reno I need to finish already, plus I just wouldn't have enough time to do it right. Existential dread of rubber ducks. It's weird Usually the beeping from my carbon monoxide detector annoys the shit out of me. But after an hour or so I sleep like a baby. Sometimes for a few weeks straight. The cringiest moments of my life. Cannabis helps. My life. My phone. Me calling my teacher mom in 5th grade. My migraines. Why are we here? Loneliness. My debt. Porn. Money problems. Crushing depression. Knowing I'll never really be stable or work at a job I truly enjoy, and that my best years are behind me. I'm 45. Cocaine. Coffee. Hunger. Allergies and my dog. Climate change. Loneliness. A offbeat sleep schedule and a lot of wondering on what if ? Scenarios.